Welcome back to Crypto Spaces, back with another Sapien update for you guys. Sapien right now sitting at that 15-cent mark, just under $40 million in market cap. Guys, I'm telling you, I think Sapien will absolutely explode from here. The robotics sector is very untapped. AI and robotics is very untapped. And we saw, I don't know if you guys saw, but I saw a video from Elon speaking of robotics being the reason why, humanity becomes wealthy again, right? Through robotics, right? And what's great about the Sapien chart and the Sapien project as a whole is that you see them getting these tier 1 listings. They got Binance, they got Coinbase, right? And they recently got BitThumb just a few days ago, right? And if you take a look at this chart, you cannot ignore a chart like this. This is just sideways accumulation. And I'm telling you guys, even just $1,000 invested could make massive returns in the future. Just sideways accumulation on Sapien, right? There's a ton of charts that they launch and they just bleed all the way down, right? I can mention a ton of other projects that have charts like that. Like, for example, this was hyped by all of crypto Twitter. Everybody on the timeline was talking about it. Every single one of them, right? All the so-called KOLs, right? XPL, right? Launched, had a massive run. Everybody was talking about it. They traded it on chain, and then it's just been down only. Where's the bottom? Who knows, right? Where's the bottom? Who knows? Whereas, as you can see with Sapien, yes, it hasn't broken out and made that parabolic run yet, but it launched, it pulled back, had a bounce, came down, went sideways, had a bounce, came down, went sideways again. This is what you want to see, right? And this is the type of charts that you accumulate. I'm just talking from a chart perspective now, right? These are the type of charts you want to accumulate. Even $1,000 invested potentially could be a 50x move from here, which would be $50,000 in my opinion. Even if we talk about the FDV market cap, not just the circulating market cap, but the FDV market cap. So 157.34 is the market cap. So 157 million market cap, 158 million if you want to round it off, times a 50x from here. That'll put you at like a $7.8 billion market cap. And I wouldn't think that is far-fetched for a project like this, with the robotics sector picking up steam and getting so much attention. Sapien being on these tier 1 exchange listings. I wouldn't be surprised Sapien gets on Robinhood as well, or Uphold as well, right? If they were able to get on BitThumb, Binance, Coinbase, right? I wouldn't be surprised they get on Upbit as well. And you see a 50x move for Sapien from here, right? Now, obviously, you could have, bought the lows. I didn't start covering the project until recently. But you could have bought the lows at 11 cents, but you can't be perfect in this space, especially this year. I have just been dreading this year in crypto. I'll be honest. it's just been terrible for me. This entire year has been terrible. I've done nothing right. But I'm here to redeem myself with projects like this. And you see, this is the type of project that none of the top KOLs, none of the big accounts are talking about. None of them. And it has a much better chart than the XPL project that all of them were talking about on the timeline, right? And let's take a quick look at the Sapien Twitter. As you can see, 145k followers. Recent tweet. I'm curious, what type of AI model would you build to help you during the holiday planning season? Very active on Twitter. As again, the Sapien utility is very interesting. It's very innovative, right? Proof of quality, where you build trust through a verification method, and millions of people can engage to earn through their ecosystem, right? Great utility for the robotics sector, and I think it's very slept on, and the chart speaks for itself, right? And I think we're gonna break out of here. As you can see, it popped up from the low, from the 11 cent range. It went to 19 cent, then it's just been bouncing around. I think we're gonna start breaking out again, and when we start breaking out again for Sapien, we're gonna go to 40 cents quickly, 50 cents quickly, and that's when you're gonna see everybody talking about it. So now is the time to enter into Sapien, in my humble opinion. Again, I'm just going to be trading on base chain from now on. I know there's been runners on Solana, but I cannot win in that casino, the Solana casino, because you're trading against people who are just next level, man. Like they're like inhuman how great they are at trading. I think base chain is for more retail friendly traders who are, you know, not the best at trading. They're people who could buy and hold a project, right? That's the type, that's more my speed, right? That's more where I shine more personally, right? So, you know, Sapien is at a great spot, great time to accumulate. You know, again, if you could get your hands on you know, 7,000 tokens, that's $1,100. Or if you could stretch your, you know, you could stretch that to 10,000 tokens for $1,584. I think that's a great investment. And obviously, you know, we're in a time where it's money is not what it used to be, and it's very difficult. This is why people turn to things like crypto to try to, you know, get themselves out of debt and, you know, achieve the financial freedom that they're looking for. That's why we're here. And, you know, this is why I say this is why I love crypto, because you're not supposed to have to break the bank and have to invest $30,000 or $50,000, $10,000 into a project to make massive gains. You should be able to invest just $1,000 into a project and make great gains, right? So a 50x for Sapien, or a 30x, 20 to 30x, I think that's very realistic. 30x from here, let's see, 158. My apologies, 158.63. I was looking on the sides. I wasn't typing properly. 20x, that's 3.1 billion market cap. That is the fully diluted market cap, right? So that's 3.1 billion market cap. Very possible. Very possible. I think that is extremely possible for Sapien from here. A 20x move. So $1,000 times 20 is 20,000. And if you get the full 10,000 tokens, right? Again, don't break the bank, guys. Don't break the bank. Crypto, especially this year. And for the whole of this so-called bull run, a lot of people barely made any profits, man. It's been rough, right? So 1,586 times 20, that's $31,000, right? That is massive gains, and I think that is very possible. 20x for Sapien, 20 to 50x, I think that is very possible. I am not just being unrealistic here, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on this project. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you hold the project, feel free to comment down below. Let me get your thoughts. Any information that you want me to cover, feel free to let me know. Remember, none of this is financial advice. Thanks for tuning in.